Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Nikki, bringing you the latest in trending topics, and I vlog my life. Naughty Crew, we got breaking news, okay? 25 years since Tupac has been taken from us. Let's just say it like that. And there's finally some breaks in the case, and we're gonna go over it in the history and the tie between him and Biggie and things like that. We also gonna get into Carlee Russell's parents speaking out, but there's so much going on, the goings on. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all loading up in here. Okay, y'all got me twice in one day. I hate sis, hey Toya. Y'all got me twice in one day because tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. Okay, the family's coming into town, so I gotta entertain. All right. But yeah, we're gonna get into the source. Make sure y'all sharing my content. Donations are not required, but they are appreciated. They help the channel to grow. I'm gonna drop this intro. Hey, Miss Bugs, thank you for joining. I'm gonna drop this intro as everybody loading up in here. I'm a greasy mess. I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna get it together. I'm gonna drop this intro. Share this video. Here we go. That's all. You know I'm going to pick some up. So I put my order in already. We doing lemon peppers and fish tomorrow for the family or whatever. Also I'm doing potato salad, collard greens. You know what I mean? Nice little ensemble. Gotta feed the family when they travel from so far. First, I want to give a shout out to one of my naughty crews, Sarah Bay from Paris. She sent me the news break on the Tupac Shakur case. So I appreciate you because I don't have a lot of time to research, you guys. Your girl worked full time, run her business, everything. Okay. So I be needing my naughty crew to help me out sometimes. And I appreciate all the stories y'all send me. Latoya, you always have me cracking up with the reels that you send me. I appreciate it because sometimes I go through those just to get a good laugh or whatever. But y'all know I'm addicted to them lemon peppers. And y'all would be too. I'm telling you. Hey, Aaron. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So up first, I'm not even gonna have y'all wait because you know I'm going outside, okay, or whatever. But first, let's get into the Russell family speaking out in regards to Carlee in the incident. All right, here we go. What
did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But she's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her. Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And when I talked to you all on Saturday, you also said your daughter is a fighter and she would find a way back to you.
I felt that in my heart.
Is that what happened?
She did. She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of that.
Do you believe she was fighting for her
Oh,
life?
she definitely fought for her life.
What did you do when you saw her?
She definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
But she made it back to you.
She made it back.
She definitely fought for her life. There were moments.
All right, so the Hoover police is retracing their steps. I don't know if this was a good idea for the family to be speaking out this soon, because there's still a lot of unknown and unanswered questions. Again, I'm very happy that she was returned home safely to her family, but I'm interested in the facts going forward. Let me say hi to some of my people. Hey, Bernice, thank you for joining. Love you, long time. Let me know what y'all think about what the family said about them being so sure about her fighting for her life and things like that. I don't know. Hands down, I know my mama going to stand up for me, right, wrong, or indifferent. Okay? Hey, James. Ooh, you think she was seeing that 17-year-old boy? Yes. Shout out to Flawless BBW. Go check out her video that she did on this earlier, a few hours back. And she got into some posts that her cousin posted, and they stated that Carlee called them and was like, I got myself in a big mess. Hey, Shay. Yeah, I got myself into a big mess. And she has all the messages or whatever. I didn't have time to go digging or whatever. I hope everything is okay with this young lady mentally. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do a bunch of speculating, but we heard that, she was messing with an underage guy, allegedly. You know what I mean? And I don't want to victimize the victim. I really just want to make sure we get all the facts. Now, when we looked at that highway footage the other day, we just seen her pull over. We did not see a child in the road or anything like that. And that seemed like a very busy road. So, like, if someone were to go down, I'm sure somebody would have been like, I see somebody getting kidnapped. I'm calling 911. But I don't think the family really should have spoke out. I know they want to defend her against all this negativity, but less said, better said. Okay, and we want to leave it at that. But that's the family's account of things, and they believe that she was really kidnapped. They really feel like there is still an abductor out there. I don't know. Y'all leave it in the comments. I still feel like this is the Swiss cheese version of things, with all the holes in the story. And I feel like in due time, things are gonna come out. The cell phone footage is gonna tell all. There was claims that she was spotted at the Red Roof Inn, so there's camera footage there, or whatever. And I just think we just need to wait. We shouldn't assume. We just need to wait. Period. And I'm gonna just leave it there because I just can't anymore with the story, with everybody making speculations and things like that. Y'all let me know what y'all consensus is. Maybe y'all feel a different way, but I still feel like, I don't know, Naughty Crew. I just really still feel like
that's suspicious. That's weird.
Definitely suspicious and weird. Okay, but we got more pressing news that is going on in these streets. Okay, we about to get into Tupac Shakur, and shout out to Sarah Bay from Paris from sending me this news clipping. Here we go.
Breaking news right now at 1. Metro tells us a search warrant has been served in connection with the killing of rapper Tupac Shakur. Police say this warrant was served yesterday in Henderson. Metro did not provide any details, but we are working to find out more. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in town for a Mike Tyson fight. Around 11 p.m. that night, he was shot near Flamingo and Koval. Tupac died a few days later, and his murder is still unsolved to this day. Breaking news right now at 1. Metro tells us a search warrant.
So a search warrant has been issued and a home in Las Vegas has been raided. Okay. What they're looking for, we do not know. But shout out to Choke No Joke because he know a lot about this industry. That's Keefy D's residence that they issued the warrant on. Okay. And Keefy D was questioned in the unaliving of this. Okay. He was a part of the whole plotization of it all. Let's just say that. All right. Now, Keefy D, he has been all over doing interviews on Vlad TV and things like that. And some of the things that he was saying is that Puff hired people to take him out. And it was because of the beef. It was because of No, I don't have a wish list on Amazon. Should I start one? But that's Keefy D's home that they raided. Now, what they looking for, I don't know. But just to give y'all some background, let me see. Where should I begin with all this? Let's start with the detective that investigated the unaliving of Biggie. Okay, and how he kind of tied all this together. All right, so let's go. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. But he worked both cases. Here we go.
Yep. I've been in and out of therapy with BetterHelp for a few years
There
now, and it's
you.
made prioritizing my mental and emotional health so much easier. Your 20
names they putting out there, all of the heads of the labels and things like that. And one thing the one thing Jaguar Wright said when she was on the blue couch, who got rich off of them being dead? I'm just saying it's all suspicious. And I told y'all, this is the year of accountability. This is the year of reveal. And it's all going to come full circle. And I think that hush money is running out, you guys, because people getting sick of taking care of people, okay?
Orlando Anderson is absolutely, positively the murderer of Tupac Shakur. Sean Combs was associated back in New York with a high-level drug dealer named Eric Martin, who's known as Zip. Well, Zip was getting his cocaine and his PCP from a West Coast gang member who was a Crip named Keefy D. Keefy D's nephew is Orlando Anderson. He's the individual that got into a fight with Tupac Shakur the night that Tupac was shot. Orlando Anderson's the one that was in the backseat of the white Cadillac that pulled up alongside and shot Tupac. So you've got Combs, Martin, Keefy D, who was also in that white Cadillac and had secured the gun, gave it to his nephew, and his nephew shot and killed Tupac. In 1998, Orlando Anderson was trying to collect a drug debt. He was in Compton at a car wash, and he got into a confrontation where guns were pulled out, a shooting and exchange of gunfire, and Orlando Anderson was killed at that time in 1998. There's a pretty good chance that Orlando Anderson would have been charged had more time been given to put the case together, but him being dead obviously makes him immune from prosecution. Well, for Sean Combs, I mean, what are his choices really? I mean, is he going to come out and confess to his association with the killers of Tupac Shakur? I mean, that would be professional suicide. He doesn't have a lot of choice but to try to distance himself from the facts as they are. But you also have to understand Combs' position at the time. And it's very understandable, the sense of fear and dread and desperation that he was facing, because he knew that Suge Knight and Suge Knight's goon squad, his gang member associates, were after Combs. They held him responsible for the murder of one of Suge Knight's best friends in Atlanta, a guy named Jake Robles. So this conflict just continued to fuel itself. Combs saw that it wasn't going to be resolved peacefully, and he protected himself by affiliating with these Crip gang members. And they took upon themselves to kill Tupac Shakur. Biggie was killed by an associate of Suge Knight's. He hired a guy named Poochie to track down Biggie at the Peterson Auto Museum in March of 1997 and wait for him outside. And he pulled alongside and shot him inside the car and killing Biggie. Poochie was a blood gang member from Compton, well known to Suge Knight, well known to those in Suge Knight's circle. Poochie was a known gunman, a known violent gang member, and he was the perfect guy to recruit for that job. We don't know that Poochie acted alone. We know Poochie was involved, but whether or not he had layoff guys or spotters, we don't know. In 2002, he's riding his motorcycle up Central Avenue. A gunman pulls up behind him and shoots him 10 times in the back and kills him. And so now Poochie's dead. So by the time we
All right, you see how all these key players are losing their lives, falling all over the place? It's crazy. It's crazy, but this was orchestrated, you guys. I'm telling you.
Get the information about Pucci from the co-conspirator, he's no longer chargeable either, much like Orlando Anderson. We have the confession of a co-conspirator that points directly at Pucci. We had a history of knowledge of Pucci's association with Suge Knight, that when this intermediary came to our attention, is a girl that we call her Teresa Swan. She was a baby mama to Suge Knight. She identified Pucci as the person that had been solicited to do the murder, provided other details that were only known to law enforcement, and said that Suge Knight had solicited it from jail. It seems that fate has caught up with Suge Knight. A couple years ago, he ran over a guy at a burger stand in Compton, killing him, a guy named Terry Carter, and Suge was charged with that murder and was sentenced to 28 years in prison. And so we knew that with this information, the LAPD was going to be out from under this grand lawsuit that they've been faced with. Even though they would never agree that I should go public about a unsolved case technically, they also realized that we're educating the public and it's changing the public's perception of what happened in Biggie's murder, and that namely the LAPD had nothing to do with it. I'm going to disclose the facts as they are. I mean, whether they're dead or alive, I'm going to tell the same story because that's my job, is to get to the truth of the matter. I would never provide information or falsely accuse somebody unless I had the evidence to support and back up the claims that were being made. The fact that these people are dead and unprosecutable, that's difficult for the case. But for me to talk about it, I don't care if they're dead or alive or not. I'm going to say the same thing.
Okay. All right. So now you got all the key players laid out. Okay. Half of them are gone, passed on, or whatever. But then you got Diddy bodyguard, Gene Dill, that have been speaking out for years, saying that Biggie set the whole thing up. Diddy set the whole thing up with Biggie. All right. I have some footage from him speaking about it. Let's get into it.
Got killed.
Ooh.
Nick couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this, man. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm going to do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm going to put them out the pasture. Catch them if you can. If you the wolf, if you got that wolf in you, catch them if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album when you know not his Nimitz, but your Nimitz was just murdered by niggas that you was running with? Why would you do that?
Okay, that's out of Gene mouth. All right, I always felt like it was a setup. I always felt like Diddy has something to do with this. And as you all know, there's no statute of limitation on when it comes to N-word. So that's why I feel like the police are being very careful before they charge anybody. And I think this raid on Keith D is a trap to make him talk and give up who's really responsible. And I feel like they coming for these top billionaires. I feel like they're coming for them, and all their dirty secrets are going to come out. And I remember this made me think about when Diddy made up with Wendy and went on her show, and she asked him about it. Here we go. Let me just do this real quick.
In.
G-Dep's in jail.
Right.
And Luna's in jail.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
By the way, during commercial break, so he whispers to me as we take our shot of Ciroc, and he says, "Ask me anything." Yes. I'm not going crazy, but I like that you say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the fateful night, Biggie was killed at the height of his career.
Yes.
Do you ever feel responsible in any way? In any way?
I mean, the thing that I think I always feel some sort of, responsibility because I'm in this thing with him. You know what I'm saying? He's my artist, and he was supposed to go to London that night. And, I let him talk me into, not going to London and staying in LA. And that, that's something that really bothered me, throughout my life, is sometimes you have to really go with that decision in your gut. And in my gut, I was like, you need to get on the plane. But sometimes we don't listen to your gut, and this is God's world, it's his plan.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, that's one of the things I regret, not making sure that he went to London.
So you brought CJ out, Biggie's son,
Mhm.
at the awards. What does he call you? Does he call you Uncle Pop?
Yeah,
Uncle,
yeah.
Uncle,
He calls me Unc.
Unc.
Yeah.
So cute. Do you think you'll ever get married? I'm not judging. I mean, you could be a playboy.
No. It's not about being a playboy. It's like, I think marriage is so serious. And it's like,
Whatever, Puffy, you a liar. You a whole lie. And they coming for you. They coming for you, Honeycomb. They coming for you. Okay, you better get your lawyer money out. Because if they find out if they got anything, because Gene Dell been speaking about this for years. If they gotta have some sort of evidence to tie him to it. Hey, Lorraine, how y'all doing? All right, so we just got into, it's been breaking news. Let me see if I can find. Let me see. Let me go here. That's not what we want. Let me see if I can find this raid information. Give me 1 second. What's the? Here it goes. Let me see. It's fair use. Hold on. Let me share this with y'all. This is crazy how life comes full circle. You could run, but you can't hide, baby. Okay? You could run, but you can't hide. What's done in the dark will come to light.
I probably knew about 5 LAPD cops in my lifetime. But y'all don't know that. It's too deep for y'all. And I really don't care. Y'all have gave me a new way of therapy, a new way to make a little extra money and all of that for all you people that love to hate on what me and John is doing over here. I know a lot of you don't. I just talk to the haters right now. That's all. But we don't know. I'm not going up here and say it's Kiki D's house. I'm not going to do it. Because I don't know. They're not saying that. They're not saying that. But all I'm telling y'all is Reggie Wright house. Reggie Wright ain't got no house in Henderson, Las Vegas. Shouldn't have in Henderson. Well, there's somebody in Vegas. Do have house in Vegas.
This some random YouTuber. Let me find something better for y'all. We need something better than that, not a crew. I thought it was an actual. This has been going on for 20 plus years. It's about time we have answers. It took them long enough. There it goes. NBC have it. Ooh, I'm burning up, y'all. I ain't gonna be on here real long. All right, here we go. I just found the article. I'm a sweater. It's good for your pores, though. Hey, AT2. I didn't expect you to join. We getting into the new development with the Tupac case. So the Las Vegas police, and shout out to NBC for dropping this. The Las Vegas police search home in connection with Tupac Shakur's M-word. All right. So Las Vegas Metro Police searched a home Monday as part of an ongoing investigation into the death of Tupac Shakur. Police confirmed Shakur was unalive 1 block off the Las Vegas Strip in September of 1996. His M-word remains unsolved. So detectives served the search warrant at the home in Henderson near Interstate 11 and Wagon Wheel Drive, sources told Class. The warrant reportedly involved a 60-year-old man, sources said. Police did not comment further. No arrest has been made as of Tuesday. So Nevada does not have a statute of limitation or prosecution on, the M word. Yeah, but in the last 2 years, the Las Vegas-based podcast teamed up to offer a $100,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and the conviction of the person who unalived Tupac. All right, so he was 25 when he was held with a bunch of bullets. You know what I mean? While he was leaving the Mike Tyson fight, he was on his way to go perform. He was just one of the most influential rappers, and I just feel like he deserves some justice. His family deserves some justice. And it's crazy because all of this comes on the heels of when he got his Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame. Hey, AT2, yes. No, I don't have a P.O. box. I need to get one, right? We'll talk behind the scenes, Shapey. DM me on Instagram. So I was listening to Choke No Joke, who knows a lot about the insides and outs of this industry. And Keefe D does live in Las Vegas. Now, Keefe D have been on Vlad TV doing all these interviews talking about Puffy was trying to pay $1 million to get rid of Tupac, Biggie. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, I feel like Puffy been acting unhinged for a while. And I think Kim Porter's passing away put him over the edge. And y'all all know how I feel about that. Her passing away was just, I don't know, Naughty Crew.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Because Puff was the last one there in the house. And, Puff has been under investigation in the past and things like that. And I think he a slippery little sucker. I really do. He a slippery little sucker. People in the industry, they talk about how lying and manipulative he is. You know what I mean? That's his reputation. Look how he acted on the band. Look how he treated his artists and things like that. A lot of people don't end up in good situations. Let's talk about the Papowin in New York back in the day. All right, when he was with J-Lo or whatever. Shine took the fall for that, got deported, everything. Like, people either end up in jail or their music careers flatline as a result of it. But the one thing I always believed, and that's the one thing I only believe with Jaguar, is when she talked about how crooked Puffy was. And when she gave the theory, like, who got rich off of Tupac and Puffy being gone? Diddy has been living for years off of Biggie. And his mom, Ms. Wallace, don't really rock with Puffy like that. She really don't. She really don't. She feel like he has something to do with her son not being here. And he even said on that couch, I always feel bad because he's supposed to go to Paris. You heard his bodyguard, Gene Dill. Like, why would you make him go to a studio for your music and things like that? Why couldn't he just go to Paris? It's just all suspicious. But somebody going to have to pay the piper. Somebody is going to have to pay the piper. Bottom line, what's done in the dark will come to light eventually. And I think this is the beginning of the unraveling of all the tangled webs we seriously. And I just wonder, I'm going to keep an eye out on this, Naughty Crew, because I just wonder what the search warrant was for. How come we haven't heard nothing else? I want to know what they found. I don't know. Do y'all feel like Diddy has something to do with this setup? Because I just feel like he that type of dude. He wants to win at all costs. At all costs. And he don't care who he step on to get it. Just look at his history with how he do the women in his life. Let's see. He cheated on all of his baby mamas, had babies on all of them. That's a testament to that man's character. I do too. And I think it's coming to a head. That's why he doing the most with Carisha and everything. She is really his beard. And I'm sorry. I think him being gay is the least of his worries. Nobody cares in this day and age who you sleep with. Nobody cares because everybody's sleeping with everybody and stuff like that. But I just think he got darker skeletons in the closet. And I just really, in my heart of hearts, and just is just my opinion, I feel like the FBI is building a case behind the scenes against him because his hands are not clean, especially when it comes to his baby mama, Kim Porter. Because her family, they not feeling it. I do believe what goes around comes around. I really do. But if they get direct evidence connecting him, you already know how the FBI operate. You see their conviction percentile or whatever. They're not going to bring a case unless they know they can win it. I believe that in my heart of hearts. And the reason why I talk about this, because I grew up in this era watching all the beefs between Tupac, Biggie go down, and things like that. And I always just felt like something ain't right about this. Something, because them two men were so great. And if you notice, Gene Dill, he did say, like, Biggie was about to leave Bad Boy. He's about to bounce. Because he brought all of Junior Mafia on. He had them as artists. And as soon as Biggie was gone, what happened to Junior Mafia? Even Little Kim has spoken out how cold Puffy be treating her. When she was locked up and everything, he ain't check on her. Nothing. This man does not have a good reputation. And it's only but so much money you can keep putting out to cover your tracks. And I think the hush money has ran out. What y'all think? I really do feel the hush money has ran out. I'm going to let y'all hear the account of the detective one more time. One more time. Because he has some key facts in there. This man died trying to, he died trying to solve this case. What is this? Get out of here.
I'm going to tell the same story because.
Okay. All right. So Puffy had to protect himself. And let me tell you something about Puffy. Because his daddy was a major drug dealer in Harlem or whatever. But Puffy was not no street man. Okay. Puffy is the type that hired people to do his dirty work. Period. Okay. So now he got enough money to do that and cover his tracks and things like that. Notice how the key people started dropping like flies and losing their lives because you can't leave too many witnesses because somebody eventually going to run their mouth. So my question to my naughty crew that I pose, if this is Keefy D, home in Vegas that got raided, I think he should go in protective custody. Period. Okay? Because his life is going to be at risk because they don't want him to talk. All right? He already talked enough. And obviously he said enough for them to generate a warrant. Naughty crew, I'm going to keep my eyes on this. But I have a feeling a lot of big players in the industry are going to have to start coming out and their skeletons are going to start coming out the closet and things like that. Because Tupac and Biggie lost their lives way too young. Like they had their whole lives ahead of them. And that would be messed up because that means his children would have they had to grow up without their father. Tupac didn't even have a chance to even start a family. But you have to think about the common denominator. They're both worth more dead than they were alive. And look who got rich off of it, okay? Now, Suge Knight in connection with Tupac, I don't feel like as creepy as he is, I don't feel like he had anything to do. I don't think he would set him up like that because Tupac was his gold mine. But you just never know. These people in the industry are grimy, grimy to the max. Nobody is safe at the end of the day. And I'm glad we're starting to hopefully get some traction in this, because it always stuck in the back of my mind, like, who's responsible for this? Who's responsible? Because I remember the beef clear as day. Clear as day. I remember when Suge Knight was on the BET Awards and called out Puffy. He wanted that. He wanted. Because Suge was real greedy back in the day. Real greedy. But I wanted to present this to my Naughty crew so that I could get your thoughts. We're going to leave it in the comments. I'm hot as, okay? We're going to leave it in the comments. I'm going to go outside tonight. Make sure y'all follow me on all my different social media platforms. I'll probably go live for y'all or whatever. I'm located on Thread. Follow us there. Trying to get my count up there. Located on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I appreciate all of y'all joining me. Thank you, Aaron. That's right. Get these likes up. All right. I just wanted to give y'all food for thought, because I always thought the circumstances surrounding Tupac and Biggie being taken away from us was...
That's suspicious. That's weird.
And this pattern has continued on in the music industry. Every time you turn around, you hear about another rapper losing their life. All right? And they're getting insurance policies and things like that on them. And who's winning? The big record labels that they signed to. It's sad. It's really, really sad. I gotta get a P.O. box, I guess. I gotta get a P.O. box. I'll let you know. But Shay B, hit me up. Let me know what you need me to do. We can arrange something and things like that. I appreciate all of y'all joining me. The story just really didn't sit right with me at all. It never did. And I hope something is done about it. Because Biggie mom is still alive. It'll be nice if like she can get some type of resolve. But if you ask me, the way Puffy has been behaving since Kim Porter's passing, it's like a guilty conscience. Remember, he went into a deep depression and things like that. Not saying that you can't grieve in that way, but his behavior was weird afterwards. It was very weird. In between time, he managed to get with Carisha, Young Miami from the City Girls, have a baby. In between all of that, his behavior has been weird. Just look at it, especially from Halloween when he was running around dressed up as the Joker. It's just weird. His behavior is just weird for a grown man of his age. Seriously. So please remember that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Tomorrow I'll be off. My family will be here. Can't wait to see them. And yes, we're going to have some lemon peppers, and we're going to have some fish and some collard greens and some potato salad. I'm going to eat real good tomorrow, okay? But I got to entertain my cousins. I'm just really excited to see them or whatever. And to all my haters,
And I want to say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I love y'all too, because y'all keep the wheels turning too. I embrace my haters. I really do. I really do. It's too much energy to hate the haters. Thank you, Bernice. I appreciate you joining me today, Bernice. I've been missing you. I'm going to call you, though, and check on you. probably tomorrow when I'm, chilling or whatever. But I definitely miss you, Vernice, and I was just praying for you, whatever. But then I saw you popping up in the comments. I was like, oh, okay, she good, she okay. But I love all of y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.